Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to install this base tube in Renault Duster, and it will be connected to the factory fitted music system. So all these components are required for the installation. This is the amplifier wiring kit. It has all the wire RC cable, the input wire to the from the battery to the amp, and fuses, clamps, all those things. This is RC converter, and this is a coupler. Actually we will not going to make any cuts on the factory wires, so for that we will going to use this coupler. The reason why we have to install this RCA converter is because in the factory fitted music system or infotainment system we don't have RCA ports. For that we need this kind of devices. What we're going to do, it will going to take the high signals which is going to the existing speaker wires. It will going to be feed in this converter. It will going to convert into the low signal, and it will going to be feed in your amplifier. So this is how it works. Lot of wires. So first of all, start with the installation of power cable. So let me show you what is provided in the wiring kit. This is a fuse which will be installed in the engine bay, and this is few of the cable ties and the few of the clamps, and this is the small black wire which will provide the ground to amplifier, and this is the again a thin wire which will provide the remote signal to the amplifier. This is the RC cable. This is a 2-pin RC cable, and this is speaker wire. In case you are just installing the speaker, so I'm not going to use this wire because I'm not installing the speaker. And this is a wire which will going to provide the input power to the amplifier. It will run from the battery till the amplifier. And this is a small plastic outer shield which will be installed in the engine bay. So that installation will be in the engine bay. It will be clear black. It will going to provide protection as well against the heat. For starting the wiring part, make sure you disconnect the negative terminal of your battery. So let me first of all disconnect the negative terminal. So the negative cable is disconnected. So now we can proceed with the wiring part. So we will going to route the positive wire from the engine bay to the back side of the car, where we will going to install the amplifier. So before routing the cable, you need to identify from where you will going to just insert the cable in the cabin area of the car. So just to show you, we have this kind of a firewall from where we can just route the cable. It is used to just route all the cables. You can see the cable, all the cables from the engine area to the cabin is going via this firewall. So we have to make a small hole in it and going to just pass the wire. So I install the heat shrink so that it will look black. To pass on the wire in this firewall, you have to insert a steel wire. You can see I have inserted a steel wire which is visible from here. This firewall it's beneath the dashboard of your car. This is the steel wire. I just wrapped the tape on it and inserted the wire. So I will going to just pull the positive wire from this firewall. I pulled all the cable inside the cabin, so this much wire is left. So first of all, let's connect the fuse so that the extra wire can be pulled inside. So let me install this fuse. So I will be going to take out this fuse so that the circuit will not going to be complete. So I will going to install the fuse over here. So I will cut the wire from here. So I just tied with Allen key. So this side is done. Now the other side on this one. So the fuse is installed. So I will not going to install the fuse so that the circuit will not going to be complete. And on the other side, I am going to connect on this clamp. So the wire is connected. It's going to the fuse. As I said, I will going to place the fuse over here. We're going to tighten it with the cable tie. I will not going to make any hole in the plastic or the body part. So we are done with the cable routing from the engine bay to the cabin of the car. So cable is routed. So the cable is here. It's coming from the firewall, you can see. So I will going to route it from here. I will going to open this and beneath this one. So back side. So the power cable is routed almost to the rear seat of the car. From here it will be go back to the boot area of the car. So now we have to install this RCA converter. So first of all, let me just explain about this infotainment system. It's a Median app from LG. So the cable which we need to connect is like this one is the 24-pin connector. This one is like it's for the steering control, and this one is your power and the cables which are going to your speakers, and this is for the antenna if I am not wrong. So we have to connect the RCA converter, and this is a 12-pin like connector. So as I already told you, like I will going to use this coupler because I don't want to make any cuts in the factory wires. The Renault Duster, we have 4 speakers. So if you check the wires, we have so these two, the red and black one, these are the positive and negative, and remaining 8 cables are for the speakers. To identify cable, like you need to just refer the owner's manual. Like it will have a diagram like which cable is providing output to which speaker, positive, negative. In case there is no information in the manual, you can just refer the on the Google, just type the details of your car, and it will going to provide the diagram how the cables are connected and which one is positive and which was negative for all the 4 speakers, front and rear. On the basis of that, we need to connect this RC converter. So for connecting the RC converter, I just jot down on the which port which speaker is connected. On the basis of that, I will going to connect the RC converter. So first one is the left rear speaker positive. So if we check on the RC converter, it's the rear left positive is the green. So here is the green wire. So this one we have 2 green wires. One is with the green black line, it's like a negative one, and this one the green, it's the positive. So I'm going to connect this positive on the first one. So on this coupler on the first one. So what I did, I just removed the plastic insulation on this wire. You can see the copper wire is visible. So I will going to solder this green one on this positive. So what I did, I just connected the wire. I make a small cut, remove the insulation plastic part, and just connected the cable, and I applied soldering paste on it. Now I will going to just solder this one. So you can see that the soldering is done, and now I will just slide this heat shrink, and I will use the hot gun so that this joint is properly covered. Let me just complete it and show it to you. So this is how it looks after applying the heat shrink. So the proper cover is done. So you can see the installation looks clean. Let me do it for all the remaining cables, and after that I will show it to you. So I'm done with the soldering and cover the wires with the heat shrink. So all the cables are connected. So you can see. So as I already told you, this is the remote out which will connect to your amplifier. So you can see I have connected the coupler to the wiring of the car, and like the input power is provided to the RCA converter, but you can see it's not powering on. The reason is that, or I would say the good thing about this RC converter is that it will not going to power on until it will going to receive the signal on the speaker wires. So once it receives the signal on the speaker wires, after that only it will going to be power on. So in that case it will not going to consume the power. So now you can see I connected all the wires. So power was provided to the music system media navigator. So now when I will going to power on the media navigator, it will the RC converter is going to receive the power. So you can see it's powered on. Going to power off the music system. It will going to power off. It will going to take couple of seconds. After that it will power off automatically. So you can see it's powered off. Now start with the RC cable wiring part. I will going to lay down the cable. So I routed the RC and the remote out signal cable beneath the dashboard. So the cables are here now. So now I will connect the RC converter and install back the music system. So just to show you, I have installed the RC converter behind this plastic part. So I have just secured it with a cable tie. So now let's install the music system back into the dashboard of the car. Okay, so you can see I've just routed all the wires. So we have RC cables, we have the remote out cable, we have the positive cable which is coming from the battery or the engine bay, and this is ground wire which I will going to tie it on somewhere on these clamps. You can see we have these seat clamps this side as well, so I am sure they are tightened on the body of the car. So I'm going to provide ground from there. So now just route the cable on the boot area and start from there. So this is from the rear seat, so you can see the cables are properly routed, and so it's properly routed with the existing wire, and we have a lot of clamps on the rear side, so I use those clamps to properly secure the cables. So on all the three wires, the positive, ground and remote signal, on these wire I have installed the clamps and cover them with the heat shrink so that the installations look neat and clean. So in the duster, like already had a nut over here, so I have installed this volt, like I am providing ground from here. So friends, you can see all the cables are connected. So this one is the signal, the remote signal, this one is the neutral, and this one is the positive. So all the wires are connected, and the RC wire are also connected. Just to show you what I have done. So what I have done, I have covered this nut from where I am just providing the ground with the glue, so it has a proper cover, like the metal nut is not visible, it's properly covered from all the sides. So the base tube will be placed over here. So the mat installed, these cables I will going to just like tie it properly with the cable tie, and I will going to just secure this base tube. I don't want, like when the car is moving, I don't want it like move here and there in the boot area. What I will going to do, I will use some kind of strap, and I will going to just use that strap to secure it. So I have just connected all the wires. You can see the positive is connected, the ground is connected, and I have installed the fuse as well. All the circuit is complete from the engine bay. So we are done with the installation. I have installed the front cover. So you can see the music system is off. So let me show you the base tube power. So no power in the amp as well. So let me power on the music system and show like it will receive the power once the music system is powered on. And when I'm just powering on the music system, the amp will be power on automatically. So you can see the amp is power on. So we are done with the installation of base tube in the factory fitted music system in an old duster, and we have also installed the RC converter in it. So if you like the video, give thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Take care, bye bye.